Fighters have seized a number of government buildings. 10 fighters have been killed and another 30 wounded after both sides used heavy weapons. And earlier my colleague spoke to Baraa Shiban, a political analyst based in London. He explained what's behind the increased violence in Aden.
What we're seeing today is two forces who joined together in fighting the Houthi rebels and managed both of them to push out the Houthis out of Aden in August 2015. However, a group of those fighters have joined what is now known as the presidential forces, while the others have joined the security belt. And both of them were not coordinating with each other quite properly. And eventually, the security belt and under the Southern Transitional Council asked to dissolve the current government. And last week they announced escalating against the Yemeni government until today, where we're seeing clashes happening in the city of Aden. So both of them, in a way, have shared control over the city, but actually were not able to coexist with each other. So these clashes were inevitable to happen.
But Baraa, it's just more fracturing, isn't it, of parties within Yemen, and yet the people of Yemen are suffering as these other sides, 3 or 4 different sides, continue to fight.
Well, I mean, it definitely complicates things further. And only the beginning of this month, the government of Yemen have announced its financial budget for the year for the first time in 3 years. And people were a little bit hopeful that finally some stability will get back into some of the cities that are under the government's control. And they called on the parliament to meet to vote on the yearly budget of the government. And this step was rejected by the Southern Transitional Council. Now, the Southern Transitional Council, most of them are secessionists who have been demanding for quite a while that they don't want to be part of the unified Yemen. And the other Southerners who are facing them believe that now it's not the time. The priority now goes for fighting the Houthi rebels, and then later on these demands could be addressed. So yes, definitely it complicates things further. And I think many people today, the most word I've heard today is uncertainty. People are not certain what's going to happen.